Social Security Disability has scheduled you for a consultative evaluation with either a medical doctor or a psychologist. Is this a good thing? Is it going to hurt your case, help your case? Are there things you can do to improve your chances that the report you get from the consultative doctor is going to actually help your case? Hi, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security Disability attorney. I work on cases throughout the country. And I'd like to talk to you today about consultative evaluations in Social Security Disability cases. You'll find that almost every case, the judge or the Social Security will order a consultative evaluation. The reason they do this is to help develop the medical record. One of the things that Social Security law requires is that Social Security, the administration, help develop the record and specifically realize that disability is about your capacity to work, and these consultative evaluations are supposed to help the decision maker, either the adjudicator or the judge, make a determination about your capacity for work. Now, consultatives can be ordered by either the adjudicator at the initial or the recon stage, or they could be ordered by the judge, typically at the hearing, if the judge feels that there's not enough information to make a decision. So consultatives are not bad or good, and generally speaking, if it's ordered at the hearing, it means that the judge feels like there's enough there that he or she needs to see a little bit more and will therefore order the consultative evaluation. Now, the doctors or psychologists that give the consultative evaluations are on a panel, and basically they get paid a flat fee for doing the evaluation, and they will specifically say in these reports, in most cases, that they are not doing an evaluation for treatment purposes. It's purely for diagnostic purposes to issue an opinion. Now, in some cases, and this is really the ideal, the judge will order a treating physician to someone who knows you already to do the consultative evaluation. That's somewhat uncommon, unfortunately. That's really the best type of consultative evaluation because that's from a doctor who knows you. Now, I will tell you as well that some new evidence rules that are going into effect in 2017 basically say that the report from a consultative doctor can be given controlling weight by a judge. Up until now, or up until fairly recently, and I'm doing this in into February 2017, a treating physician's report had to be given controlling weight over a consultative evaluation, which would not necessarily be given controlling weight. But that's changed, so a judge can ignore a doctor who's treated you for the last 7 years and take the opinion of someone who saw you one time for an hour as being controlling evidence. I think that's absurd. It's ridiculous, but that's the rule. So consultative evaluation is taking on more relevance, more importance as time goes by, so it's important to properly prepare for them. I will also tell you that consultative evaluations for physical problems are typically, in my view at least, less reliable and less likely to do you good than a mental health consultative evaluation. The reason for that is that the doctors who will appear on those panels typically, and again they get paid a flat fee, which is not a whole lot of money, are industrial clinic doctors, the same doctors who do independent medical examinations for insurance companies in car accident cases or in workers' compensation. Industrial clinic doctors frequently are not the cream of the crop when it comes to doctors, and secondly, their bias generally is to find that there's not a whole lot wrong with you. So more often than not, a consultative evaluation from a industrial clinic doctor for a physical evaluation is not going to help us very much. By contrast, the doctors in the panel that are psychologists, these are typically independent doctors who do this to make a little bit extra money, and they don't have a sort of a built-in bias. They typically will be a little more fair when it comes to their evaluation. Although again, some of them are less fair, let's say, than others. But typically, you're going to get a better result from a psychological consultative than you will from a physical consultative. Although that is very much of a generalization about what happens. Now, what you can do to improve your chances would be as follows. First of all, realize that when you walk into the evaluation, even coming from the parking lot, you may be being observed, meaning that the doctor or someone in his staff may be watching you walk in. And watching you in the waiting room. So if you walk in and you have a perfectly normal gait and you don't seem to be bent over in pain, then you walk into the doctor's office and you're complaining that everything hurts and you can barely walk and you can't get on and off the examination table, then the doctor is going to note that discrepancy in the report. So don't come in and then start really playing up for the doctor what you think he wants to hear, what you think is necessary for a favorable opinion. Just be yourself, tell the truth, but realize that you're being observed from the time you pull in and you walk in, even whether you drive or whether somebody's driving you. All that is being noted, and that does find its way into the evaluation. I think secondly is that one of the main things that doctors, both physical medicine as well as mental health doctors, they are looking for examples of symptom exaggeration or malingering. So they're going to be trying to figure out using a variety of tests that they're not going to tell you that they're giving you those tests, they're doing them. Are you over-exaggerating your symptoms? So again, you want to be very truthful, you want to be very forthcoming about what you're dealing with, but don't exaggerate. Don't say everything hurts you 24 hours a day to the point where you can't focus and concentrate. It's much better to say that this particular issue, my hand was hurting before, but it's much better now. The main problem I've got is with my chronic neck problem. So you want to just tell the truth. If something is improved, tell the doctor that. If the medicines are working, tell the doctors that. And again, if there's something that's really bothering you, let them know. It's much better to come across as being credible and believable and honest than it is to say everything is hurting me, because that's just not going to fly, especially with a doctor who may already have a built-in bias. Other thing you can do, which I'm doing more and more, is if you get the notice of the examination, the consultative evaluation, and you've been going to your own doctor for months or years, supply the consultative doctor with reports, medical records, MRI, CT, X-rays, ultrasound records, so that the consultative doctor will have that background information when he or she sees you. Doctors are less likely to basically go against the opinion of a long-time treating doctor. I'm not saying they won't ever do it, but if you have a doctor that says, I read this MRI, there is a significant problem with a bulging disc that has a nerve root impingement, it's much less likely the consultative doctor is going to basically say there's nothing wrong with you. And same with the psychological examination. If you go in and you've got reports of psychiatric hospitalizations and significant problems identified by a treating doctor, the psychologist who's doing the consultative is going to probably be less likely to say that the long-time treating doctor is not correct. Doctors don't like to contradict one another, and if there are records in there that talk about specific and significant problems, it's more likely that the consultative doctor is going to basically echo those reports and find that you have some significant problems as well. So those are a couple of thoughts I have about consultative evaluations. You definitely want to go. You want to be on time, and like I said, you want to be completely truthful, and if you can, like I say, provide background information about you to the doctor so that he won't be going in blind. Because again, one of the things I find just absurd about this whole process is a doctor who will treat you, who knows nothing about you, has seen no records at all, and will basically be doing a 1-hour evaluation and making conclusions that could really turn the decision in your disability case. And finally, if you go to the consultative doctor and the doctor only spends 5 minutes with you, doesn't touch you, ask you a couple questions and has you leave, make note of that. Let your attorney know about that, because that would be grounds to object to the weight given to the consultative evaluation if it was only for 5 minutes and really nothing much was done. And again, that would be something to talk to your attorney about. So, hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, subscribe to our channels. If you've not already done so, download my Secrets to Winning Your Social Security Disability Case Survival Kit, which you can do by clicking on the link here. And if I can be of assistance to you or give you a case evaluation, please reach out to me directly. This is Jonathan Ginsberg, wishing you the best. Thank you. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.